suppose I should talk about the Buffy reboot. In case you missed it, yesterday it was announced that Buffy is being rebooted over at Hulu and Chloe Zhao is going to direct. Sarah Michelle Gellar, who famously had said that she never wanted to take part in a reboot, changed her mind after working on the Dexter revival and now saying that as long as she's not the main character, she is going to be there. So she's like attaching her name and star power to it, but I am still devastated. Way back in 2018, it was announced that they were working on a reboot back when Joss Whedon was still not canceled yet. Sarah Michelle Gellar was not going to take part, and it was supposed to star a Black Slayer with Monica Owusu-Breen writing it. Obviously, many things have changed. 2018 was like 7 years ago at this point, which is insane to say out loud. The last Buffy story we had was Slayers back in October of 2023. This was an Audible original. I downloaded it, but I didn't listen to it because the action was like a little bit clunky for me. But basically, it took place 20 years after the end of the original series, where Spike was working with a young Black Slayer and he runs into Cordelia. Cordelia from a parallel reality where she was chosen as the Slayer instead of Buffy. And in her universe, Drusilla is the big bad and they need to all work together to take her down, which is an insane and incredible premise, but I just couldn't get past some of the audio. Unfortunately, I am not one of those people who believes that you can separate the art from the artist, right? I do think that the ultimate legacy of Buffy is just a little bit tainted by Joss Whedon, right? Like the very act of becoming the Slayer invokes this male violence against women, right? That was the great takeaway when we saw the season 4 finale where we learned how the Slayers got their powers, that it was always against their will. And it was supposed to be this great feminist reclamation in the series finale where Buffy and Willow now gave powers to all of the potentials. That was great, but it's still weird that Joss Whedon had this obsession with forcing power onto women, right? And obviously, I mean, he wasn't canceled for assault. He was canceled for being a weird boss and hooking up with girls that he worked with, or that worked for him, actually. Let's get that clear. Girls that worked for him. His obsession with pregnancy, his obsession with the male violation of the female body, I think, for me personally, obviously everyone else, your mileage may vary, but for me, when you rewatch the show, it is a little bit very much in the series DNA. Xander being the ultimate nice guy and never getting punished. I mean, I guess he lost his eye, but the fact that he was allowed to make it out, but Anya wasn't, right? Anya being punished for wanting to punish him. One of my favorite episodes of the entire series. I love her episode in season 7. Even Willow, her assault, which was a huge topic of conversation when Buffy was a huge topic of conversation on Tumblr in 2011 and 2012. Everyone loved Willow, and then you get to season 6 and it's what the fuck? There's so much darkness attached to the legacy of the show that I'm maybe we don't need to reboot it. I love the show and I will always love the show because I just watched it when I was a kid and I have rewatched it 14 times, but I have taken a backseat to the Buffy fandom because I just since the cancellation, it's been hard for me to re-engage. What are we to do in the age of cancellation? What are we to do in the age of monstrous men imprinting their legacies on these series, right? Obviously, this will have nothing to do with Joss Whedon, and I don't know if Sarah Michelle Gellar will be an executive producer, but I am very interested to see what happens and how it shakes out. I'm interested to see who will come back, if it will be a complete reboot. As always with these things, I wish them an ounce of luck.